Hi, my name is Jessica Earl Meadows, and I am a coach for female visionaries who are willing to get behind themselves in service of their dream. And this is video blog number 5 in a 5-week video blog series called Smart Women and. And this week's video blog is called Smart Women and Dreams. And I thought I'd chat a bit about why I chose dreams as a topic. 2 video blog posts ago in the video blog called Smart Women and Assertiveness, I cited some research on women who self-assert, and the research shows that women are penalized in likability and warmth in a professional context by their peer group when they self-assert. And since I shared that research, I've come across some other research that kind of proposes a suggested way forward for women when they are attempting to move up the corporate ladder or hierarchy at an organization, or simply to have more influence in their professional lives, which is to root their behavior or their decisions, their actions in purpose. And this video blog is going to chat a bit about what I think is the difference between what organizations or the professional world calls purpose, and this other word called dreams, which I've situated my whole business around, coaching female visionaries who want to get behind themselves for their dreams. So I've noticed in my own experience and in coaching women, and also through theory, that self-actualization is a real need for humans. So Maslow's hierarchy of needs puts self-actualization right on the top. And food, water, shelter, once those basic needs are met, we shift to focusing on our self-actualization. And in my mind, a dream is something that calls forth our self-actualization. It's that thing that is calling forth what we want to actualize in our life. So sometimes self-actualization can even be so intensely called forward that we actually forego our food, water, shelter, or it's threatened anyways. So some people might argue self-actualization is actually a primary need. I know Viktor Frankl, in his book Man's Search for Meaning, and in some other literature he's written, speaks of self-actualization as something that people are willing to die for, and he speaks of that from his own experience, having lived through several concentration camps. And Dr. Martin Luther King's message was somewhat similar. He put his dream above his own life. It was something he was called to serve in this lifetime. So when I speak about dreams, I speak about something fairly profound and something that's being called forth in us, rather than in the organizational and leadership development literature that I'm aware of. Purpose, in contrast to dreams, is often used in the context of how one can locate one's behavior in a professional setting to serve organizational effectiveness and profitability ultimately. So the end game is a bit different when it comes to purpose within your professional world. And a dream isn't something that's necessarily being called forward in things like team building or strength finders conversations in a professional context, because the dream is not an individual's dream is not the purpose of the organization, and therefore self-actualization sometimes is not the purpose of the organization. And reduced kind of sense of purpose is within the mandate of kind of what is to be discussed in a team building kind of setting, which is really too bad, because spirit is what ultimately drives us. It's something we're willing to die for. It's something that calls forward who we are in this life. So by negating those conversations or keeping them out of our professional world, we don't necessarily get to the root of what is driving everybody. And that is something that I've noticed is free reign in a coaching conversation, however, because it's not threatening our safety and security in our jobs. It's a confidential space. And it's something that I wanted to invite in today. So if you were to take away some of your prohibitions or voices of this is impractical or there's barriers to this, what is your dream outside of your professional role, outside of your identity as an accountant or a dentist or a director of educational center. And for me, I know that my dream had to do with being a culture change catalyst, someone who transforms the nature of what the status quo is, and also is deeply invested in human development and transformation. And so my dream couldn't fit into the silos of an organization, within an organization I was currently in, or the role I was in. And so I had to take a step back and become an entrepreneur and invest in my practice full time. And that's not to say your dream should then result in becoming an entrepreneur, but it is to ask, if not for these, beliefs about what's possible that I have, what is my dream? And how can I work toward that without immediately editing out what's being asked of me? Because the dream is the thing that is pressuring us and making our life difficult often. It's not always, it's almost never the easy option initially anyways, because it's asking us to risk, it's asking us to move against what we think is possible. And the thing is, when we don't listen to it, or at least in my experience, when we don't listen to it, it is the thing that actually causes a lot of difficulty in our life, because what is underlying motivating us all times is the dream. And so when we try to push it down or push it away or keep it at bay, it will always come back and ask us to pay attention to it, and it will become louder and more difficult to ignore the more we attempt to do so. So it's an important question to ask yourself, what is my dream? And that is it for my 5-week video blog series. Hope you've enjoyed them. And my Step Into Your Sovereignty group coaching program is now closed. So if you want to check out any of my individual coaching programs, they're one-on-one. You can check out the Eagle, the Horse, or the Dragonfly. And those offer different lengths of time, different results, but they all help you clarify what your dream is, and how to bring your vision closer to you by shifting your current way of being related to the coaching topic you want to bring in. So it doesn't necessarily need to be your dream, but sometimes it's simply about, I want to make more cash, and we kind of get at some point during the coaching program, your dream and what you're intended to do always kind of plays a role in the conversation. And so how your current way relates to your coaching topic, and a new way forward for you that would allow you to access what it is you're longing for, what it is you need in your life. So yeah, I love it if you check those out. And also if you subscribe to my newsletter, if you haven't already, you'll get it in your inbox. That's also below, once a month, on all things transformative, provocative, and female. So thanks for watching. And if you want to watch any of my old video blogs, or read any of my blogs at all, they're on the bottom of any blog page. You can check those out at any time. And look forward to seeing you again in a month in your inbox. Take care.